Been so long. I missed you. How we doing?
Good, how are ya? Can you hear me?
I hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Mazi, it's great. Great show, by the way. It's awesome.
We're going from options to biotech.
Yeah, she's
So,
so technical. I needed to learn a lot from her. I know how to read charts, but not as in depth as she does. It's
hey,
amazing.
that's the thing. That's what we're trying to do with our channel. We're trying to get something for everyone, right?
Yeah, I'm a more fundamental type of
Right,
girl.
right. And that's great. That's great. So, it's been a few days.
Yes.
Update us on some of your picks. How are we looking here?
You guys, when I talked to you guys about KMPH, it was like a $5.95. So we're doing really well today. So let me just pull here and just show you. Oh, you have it. I think that makes it easier on me. So we're almost double over here. I'm still very confident with approval on March 2nd. And, it's a very exciting new product for ADHD because it's been over a decade since we had a medication like this, and when we talk about the Vyvanse team, the company was New River, and the CEO of a New River is now the CEO of a Korean pharma, which is their partners. So the whole team of a Vyvanse now is there. So really, really excited for this. And on March 2nd, just want to remind everybody, I am holding full position here. I don't have any, the fact that we're not having any meetings with the FDA is very bullish for me. I don't like AdCom meetings. It's when they do. People are asking on Twitter, what's an AdCom meeting? AdCom meeting is an advisory meeting. It's almost being in like a hearing. And when you will go to the Congress and you have the hearing, it's very similar. So you have a testimony of a patients, physicians, and why the drug should be approved. And then at the end, everyone votes. And then if you are an investor, you can just tune in to the conference call. And usually you can be right there listening to every testimony and then seeing the approval. And that makes me nervous. I sat through a couple of those where there was like 7 yeses and 6 nos, and the drug didn't get approved. So the fact that we don't have that, it's huge, for sure. So I'm very, very bullish here.
So no news is good news.
Yeah, we're just waiting. It's just a waiting game right now. But the stock has advanced a lot since last week, since I see you guys. So it's.
I know. Here, this is only a 15-minute chart. Let's zoom out. There we go. Let's look at a daily. So you mentioned this somewhere around here, I believe.
Yeah, like it was like a $6, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in that general vicinity. So we've had a nice double since then.
Yes.
Very nice.
All my picks. The pressure's on now, Spencer. All my picks has been pretty.
Yeah, it's not what have you done. It's what have you done for me lately. We need more. It is a never-ending desire for picks.
I do. I'm not gonna reveal some of my picks until it's closer to the FDA, but I haven't even bought it because I don't like to play.
Okay, well, don't tease us like that yet.
Yes, but I have a really good play for April for sure.
For April.
So for April, I have a really, really good play. And then BCRX, I mean, nothing has changed. It's still very bullish long term with that company, BCRX. So also double digits. Woo!
And again, and you can see it there in the pro. We've got earnings scheduled for next Thursday. But Vivi, do you pay attention to earnings or not really? You're really paying attention to the drugs and the pipeline, right?
Unless you have a company that it's like a Gilead, that I work for, or Novartis, I really don't pay attention too much on earnings because these companies are small, and then we're looking at the value of the company as a pipeline overall, what they have on in the store. But it should be exciting because BCRX is going to report earnings on the 1st. They're probably going to have updated some numbers on the first quarter of a sales for their HAE drug. And like I told you guys, there is no other formulation or a formulation. So it's only, injection. So that should be really, really good. So everyone I think that's the biggest catalyst is this. And we're still waiting on a European approval.
Okay. Hey, if Mozzie got you into a winner, be it KMPH or any other one, hit that like button. Show her some love on YouTube.
Vivi.
Vivi, I'm sorry. What did I just say? Mozzie? Vivi, if Vivi got you into a winner, show her more love than I'm showing her right now. Hit that like button. Tell her in the chat we appreciate you. Vivi, thank you very much. Smash that like button. All right. What else we got? We have KMPH. We have BioCris.
So also we have ATNX that we're still waiting on the FDA approval. I did talk to you guys about GTHX, and I talked to you guys. It was $20, and now it got approved. Went all the way to $40. But I want to teach you guys a little lesson about biotech. Sell the news. So what I do usually, if I'm holding 500 shares of a company, and it gets approved, I usually I hate to say it, but I usually try to take some profit. But I always hold something just in case there's a buyout announcement. And then I, as we move on and it kind of stabilizes, I buy back. But I never exit my full position. But look at what happened to GTHX. This is a $70 stock one day. So I have a $20 calls and I'm converting them. I'm exercising them in April into commons because I believe this company long-term is going to be huge.
Wait a minute. So when we say that the market sells the news, we're talking about you.
What do you mean?
When we say buy the rumor, sell the news, that's you. You're doing the selling.
Well, because everybody does it. So I place some, stop loss triggers, stop losses, trailing stop losses, and it gets, I want to take some profits. Obviously, as a long-term investor, it really doesn't matter because at the end, you're paying so much capital gains, that a lot of times if it's in my IRA, I don't even touch it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, and then we do have ATNX, very bullish about this company. We're waiting on FDA approval. So nothing has changed. I just added some to my position today because, it's just a waiting game right now, but I'm very bullish. So this is what is very interesting about this company. They have a molecule, Spencer, that, makes every formulation in form of the IV into oral formulation.
Explain what that means.
So what happened is their drug, just this molecule that they have, facilitates the absorption of the medication. So they take all these chemotherapies that are all in the hospital settings. They're all IV. They're all generic, right? And then he makes a combo therapy with this molecule, and you are able to administer them orally. So for me, it's not just this medication, because what they did was they took Taxol into a form of IV, and now it's taken to a pill form, and it has like 80% less neuropathy. So it's one of the problems. People don't want to use Taxol because it causes a lot of neuropathy. So for me, is the technology behind and this molecule that they have. So if you look at the pipeline, every medication they have on pipeline right now, it's the formulation. And granted, the efficacy was amazing too, but it's out. They picked up all these IV medications that patients are taking in the hospital settings. So imagine how much savings you're gonna have out of the hospital settings, because it costs more, to be in a hospital doing your chemo. So if you look at the pipeline, every pipeline they have is generic IV medications with this molecule to become an oral administration. So I feel like it's a very interesting company, and the fact that the Perceptive Advisors haven't sold a share and they own 13 million shares of that, I'm very bullish.
I have to remind myself that we're talking about biotech here. So when you say IV, you don't mean implied volatility.
Sorry, you guys, intravenous. So, Yeah, somebody was asking, what is an IV? I'm sorry, it's
Yeah,
the
no,
term. The
not
terms.
implied volatility. We're not on options. That was the last show. That was Mossy. We moved on from that now. We're talking about biotech, but yeah, one of those.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Intravenous. So patients are sitting. So imagine you have to actually go to hospital, sit there for an hour and a half to do your IV. And some argue that, oh, this medication, the regimen is not going to be great because you do have to fast 4 hours, I think twice, and you're taking pills. But honestly, if I'm a patient that I don't want to expose myself, I don't want to go to the hospital, I don't mind fasting for 4 hours, So there's always going to be a niche. I talked to a couple oncologists about this drug, and they say that this can be life-changing for sure.
Okay.
So, another thing too, like somebody was asking, like, oh, you going on the show. If I continue to talk about the same tickers, it's because there's still a lot of upside potential. And guys, I'm not going to put my name. I'm not going to suggest you guys medication tickers that I don't know, because my reputation is behind it. I don't want you guys to buy it today for $5 and then it doesn't FDA, there's no approval, or you don't see, it tanks 80%. So you can throw as many tickers as you want at me, and I'll try. Like, people are DMing me on Twitter, and I try to be I try to study each one as much as I can, and I'll have some of the guys suggested later on as a tip. But if I'm talking to you guys about the stickers, I'm sorry if I'm being repetitive. They're all still a good time to buy it. I wouldn't be talking about them if it wasn't a good opportunity. So I'm still so this drug INFI. I was showing you guys all the pipeline. I bought it for $410, and they went in through an offering at $380, and there was a huge dip right now. So I'm holding long, but it is.
I'm sorry, Vivi. What was the ticker on that?
INFI. It was one of the tickers I suggested. So I'm still holding long here. There was the drop here. They had a really good momentum going on, and it dropped because there was an offering. But like I said, of any biotech company, if you don't have a product to sell, you're gonna have to continue to raise money. So you just have to be tactful how you're gonna how you're gonna invest in biotech if they don't have a product. Like for BCRX, they have a product. ATNX, they have a product. So they actually have income coming. So I'm not very concerned about offerings. But for example, INFI has catalyst coming with the data release, but everything is still very early on. But I'm swinging this one for a couple of months. But I got in at 410. I told you guys last week. Today it's like 377, but I'm holding for sure. And then Trevena, still a very good. I saw a huge unusual option activity for them, TRVN. So I saw a lot of volume for $3 for July. So I even bought some options. So right now on the red will be a great opportunity to pick up some calls. So I picked up some calls for July. It's a little bit out of the money, but I feel very confident because they also launching their product. They're very de-risk. They have Ollie. Ollie is an alternative for morphine. Ollie has less nausea. There's a lot of shortages still in morphine in the hospitals. So doctors are craving an additional pain, IV pain medication in addition to morphine. And they didn't have until Ollie came. And so morphine is the biggest user of, it's the biggest medication used in the hospital settings. And they're trying to take there's over 40 million on morphines, and they're trying to take like 8 million of that. So I feel like their goals are really, really reasonable. So I'm really excited to see what's going to show in terms of, their quotas, where their earnings is going to come up, because they should have some update in sales as well. So I feel like Trevena, it's definitely a winner here. And it's only at 242 for sure. So, okay, another one that I'm still very bullish. Let me see. People on Twitter are asking me about ITRM.
ITRM, okay.
So they have an interesting, I just started a position today at it was at 210. They have an interesting medication in July it's going to be for UTI. And so UTI right now, you only have a Cipro. So some people are intolerant to Cipro. So there's an alternative. Antibiotics a little bit trick business, but the FDA is not until July. So right now we're just playing pure technicals. The chart's looking amazing, as you can see, Spencer. And so they had a beaten down, and so now it's moving back up. So I'm probably going to be in and out of this until we have the run up in July. So it's still very early on just to play the run up. So this is a pure technical play for me right now. And then NSPR, Spencer, is being moving sideways. It's barcoding. It's been barcoding for days. So
is that on the daily or what?
Yeah, the daily. If you go to the daily, go to the minute chart. Go to the minute chart.
A minute chart. Whoa.
Yeah, nuts. It's been barcoding all day, and it's been like I've been watching. So here's the deal. I first I learned this this at 50 cents. Then I learned at 68 cents, and then on the show I learned it at a little bit above $1. I bought it more at a 120 on my IRA because I believe this company long term is going to be a success. But they, like, again, when you have you know, the carotid veins in your neck, that these really long, I don't know which side is the one that you can die from it if somebody cuts you, but it's responsible for stroke. So what the doctors go in, it's a very dangerous procedure. They go in to check how are your if you have a lot of platelet inside to see if you have a lot of fat, because if it's clogged, it can cause strokes. That's the main cause of a stroke. So doctors go in just like they do it in a heart for heart attacks. They go in on this vein, and this company has a stent that has a mesh that just goes in, balloons, and prevents plaque from building back up. So last episode of a stroke, the data is flawless. The catalyst coming is they just started distributing to China. And so they're going to have sales internationally. There's the ER coming. And again, the reason I'm really bullish is that, you know, well-known cardiologist, Dr. Gary Rubin, is he has 700,000 shares of this company, and he's on a board of directors. So the next catalyst will be earnings, and also the initiation of the trials in the United States. So it's definitely a company that I will hold long term, but I see in the short term to be a $2 company, especially, you know, let's consolidate, let's barcoding as long as we can. But I feel like our time is going to come where we're going to see a breakout. So I'm holding that, even though I'm red in one account and not red on the other account, for sure, long. And I guess we can go to questions, 10 minutes out.
Let's do it. First one, Track the Unknown does not see your handle on StockTwits. Are you on StockTwits still?
I am, guys. I'm sorry. I changed just as the same as name as the Twitter, just to make it easier for everybody to find me back and forth. So it's still, because it used to be Brazilian bio trader, and now it's at biotech_SD. I'm sorry, you guys, if I confused you.
There we go. There we go. Problem solving. That's what we do. Problem solving. Okay, let's go. Please ask her about NSPR. We just did that. Moving right along. What do we think about? Do you know OTLK? Outlook Therapeutics?
Yes, I know the company. I don't remember. I can't be in all of them, but it seems to be a good company. I think I bought it before warranties on that when it was $1 back then. I would have to look into, but it's a company I traded before.
Okay.
But you can own them all, you know.
But you know it, and and you like it.
And I think I like that company. Yeah.
Okay. What about Sorrento? We've talked about Sorrento before.
Yeah, I'm long on Sorrento.
Yeah, so they're asking when's the breakout, as if you have a crystal ball and you know when the breakout's going to come.
Well, actually, when I used to have like 10,000 shares of Sorrento at $3 back in the day. And I was a friend of an investor that used to have 1 million shares. He was an investment company, and we went into Sorrento, and we went into to see people there in Sorrento. What is the PR guy, right? The press release guy. I forgot what's the name. News relation, and he showed me a video of a dog being injected by this medication for the bone and completely being recovered. So now it's like they have a lot of things on a pipe. They have a COVID medications, but they do have a phase 3 data that's going to be a readout. And then I think it's because of that, because it was like 5 years ago. I think it's that medication. So we're just waiting on news, you guys. You know, I think we're going to see a breakout when we see data. You know, it's how the game, unless you see a company that's being beat down and had a bunch of offerings and then people start buying because they wanted to play the bounce. Right now, I think for Sorrento, it's just a waiting game. So I owe, just full disclosure, I own 1,000 shares of Sorrento.
What about OPNT? This is one that I actually have heard of.
OPNT?
Yeah, Opiant Pharmaceuticals.
No, I never heard of that one. Opiant. How do you spell? No, never heard of that one.
No. Okay.
No.
I just heard of them because they're making some sort of an opioid treatment.
Oh, they are.
I mean, hence the name, right? Opioid. But I don't know anything about it. I just know they're in the opioid space.
Oh, nice.
But you don't know it. Okay, moving right along. What about ONTX? We talked about that.
Oh my God! Do you know the story about this, right?
I don't know. Do I?
I alerted to everybody this company at 56 cents, and that's when I got big on Twitter because everybody was buying this company, and then the CEO. And it was like already $1, but the CEO, I bought more because if I kept my lower average, I would have not lost money, but I kept buying more. And the CEO was saying, oh, I'm so excited. We are ready for the phase 3 data. And, you know, and we are already with talks of the FDA for new drug application, you know, so literally like he was really bullish on a call, and then the data came 3 weeks prior to when it was supposed to, and the data was a flop. And it went down 6 or 70%, and I took a $30,000 loss. And now everyone is reminding me every day on Twitter about ONTX, and I say, hey, at least I wasn't wrong in July. I call it at 56 cents. I should have held, but yeah, so I still feel like the pipeline is still further out. You know, there's still really time. So I feel people need to be in and out of this company. You know, eventually you can be a long-term investor, but I wouldn't stay long in this company. You're gonna sit there, wait for a long time.
Here's one that I don't know if I've asked you about, some large cap. What about Merck?
I like Merck. I mean, all those big companies are solid, you know.
Yeah. Merck,
Gilead, Novartis, AstraZeneca. You know, like I had to put in a Twitter. I wanted to. My goal is to find you guys a multi-bagger. I don't play.
Merck's not going to be a multi-bagger for anybody.
I don't play. You know, yeah, maybe a dividend one. Like I used to have a lot of stock with Gilead, and I sold them all because it went down 50% because, you know, Gilead had the Hep C and they cure Hep C. So my goal is to find. I'm a value investor. I don't go after Tesla, and so I won't go after Gilead or Merck or AstraZeneca. I want to find BCRX where it can be from $4 to $70 stock. You know. So that's what I go for to find the next multi-bagger. So
right,
I I don't do big pharma.
Fair enough. Does not do big pharma. That's it. Do not ask her about Merck. I don't want to hear about Pfizer. I don't want to hear about AbbVie. Forget it, guys. We're done. We're done. What about TXMD?
A lot of people are asking, but I'm not very familiar with that one. I'm sorry, you guys. I can
Okay.
take a look.
Yeah, take a look and then report back to us what you find.
Of course.
Yeah,
Let me write it down. TXMD.
Here's one that we were asked about. We've been asked about before. Relief Therapeutics. We've discussed this.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the there's more data coming. You know, I'm really disappointed they didn't meet the primary endpoint, but they, however, were able to establish that there's patients are leaving the hospital 50% less. So that can be huge hospital savings for COVID patients. But at the same time, are we going to find a better medication out there? So I'm still holding my position on this company.
Okay.
I'm hopeful.
Okay. Holding and hopeful. Boris asked nicely, he said, please ask about SPPI. Okay. Spectrum Pharmaceuticals.
I will get back. I'll report it back. How's that sound?
That sounds great to me.
Okay.
We're gonna keep going through tickers here. SCYX. I do not know this one.
I've heard of this one. I have a friend that likes it, but I have not. Like I said, there's 300 biotech companies, you guys. I couldn't be in all of them. So many. Yeah. It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
All right. Someone asked about Cytodin. We discussed that last week. Vivi likes it.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about Teva. Discussed that last week. Vivi likes it.
No, Teva, it's like
that's the one. That's the one that you were. That's one that you said you thought they were sketchy, right? That's what you said. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they got caught. They got caught with fines trying to promote their products to doctors. Kind of like a kickback. I just don't. Yeah. So I don't trust them. They went down a lot. So I had friends that used to work for them. I don't even see the chart, but they plumbed it.
Yeah, stock's gone down a lot the past few years.
Yeah.
What about ATNF 180 Life Sciences? You know this one?
No, somebody mentioned to me. I'll have to take a look in the one.
Okay. I've seen you ask about VERU in the chat. Whoever that is.
Veris is supposed to be a really good company.
Traders Lounge. Okay.
Yeah.
What about VERO? Venus Concept.
No. So I wanted to tell you guys there's a company called NKSA. So I needed just to look at KNSA.
There we go. Okay.
So they have FDA coming, and they have to share their profits with. So it's a second indication for a Regeneron drug. But guys, I interviewed for this company. I was a little bummed out that I didn't get it back then. But the data is amazing. It's a hard drug. It's an injectable. The only thing that I haven't bought yet is I needed to figure it out in terms of a market cap and what the potential is and how much they have to pay Regeneron for a license on this drug. That's why I think the stock hasn't moved as much. But I'll report back to you guys because there's an FDA approval coming in May, and I know they're going to get approved for sure.
All right, we'll do a couple more, guys. A couple more. Please, AXAX. That's not what? That is not a ticker.
AXXA?
No.
Which is not a bio. It's not a bio.
Okay. Yeah, that's not okay. What about?
I own the stock, by the way.
You own AXXA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I own it since like 3 cents.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's nuts.
All right then. So what does this company do?
They have an agriculture business. They have a Bitcoin now business.
Of course. I have a Bitcoin business too now.
Yeah, everybody does.
All right, let's do a couple more. OCUL, Ocular Therapeutics.
I heard of the Ocular, but I never got my hands. I never got my hands there. I never bought it.
All right, and we'll do one more. We'll do one more. We're gonna make sure that Vivi knows the last one. Do you know NWBO?
Oh, everyone is talking about this company on my. They send messages to me all the time. I'll take a look, you guys.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to take. I had so many messages about ITRIM, and so I dug a little bit of company, but then I figured out, it's only in July, but it's a good company right now to play the technicals because they're doing well. And look at an SPR as we speak, Spencer.
Oh boy, let's bring it up.
Look at the minute chart.
You're the minute.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, broke out of that range.
Yeah, getting a little breakout over here.
Look at that. All right, so Vivi, are you around tomorrow?
So tomorrow I catch a plane. So tomorrow I'm going to Park City. My plane is at 12, so that's going to be hard. So I'll see you guys on Monday then.
We won't see you until Monday. So everyone save your questions for Vivi until Monday. I know.
And I'll promise that I'll pick at least 2, like whatever I see on Twitter that people are asking the most. Out of these takers you guys gave me, I'll pick 2 companies and I'll definitely take a look and dig a little deeper for you guys.
All right. Vivi at Biotech_SD. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Oh man, I got so flustered. I didn't even play your new fancy intro we had made. You want me to play? I'm going to play it for you right now. Oh, where'd it go?
Let me see.
It's lost. Hold on, I lost it in the StreamYard. Oh, Spencer, come on. Where is this video? Here, don't worry. Give me, Vivi, give me 1 second. I'm going to. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Ready? I'm gonna play. This is the video that I was supposed to have played when we started, but
don't embarrass me.
I was too busy talking to you. Look at that.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
I'll remember that next time. Vivi, have fun.
Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on Monday.
All right.